Hi, this is Kudani Fidel Chamano.
And Murendi Kangala.
Today we are going to talk about light. What is light? Light is a mixture of different colors. We are specifically going to look at the behavior of light when it strikes a medium and also when it travels from one medium to another with different optical density. Reflection of light. Mirror images give us a brief explanation of how reflection takes place. The image in the mirror is the same size as the object. The image is behind the mirror. This ray diagram shows us the incident ray. The incident ray is the incoming ray of light, and the reflected ray is the ray that bounces off a surface. The angle of incidence lies between the incident ray and the normal, and the angle of reflection lies between the normal and the angle of reflection. From this, we can come up with the law of reflection. The law of reflection states that the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection.
Now, secondly, we are going to look at the refraction of light. Refraction of light is the bending of light as it travels from one medium to the other with different optical density. Here in our diagram, we have the light ray moving from air into the glass block. The light ray is traveling from a less optically dense material into the more optically dense material. This causes the light ray to bend towards the normal, and when it continues to travel through the glass and images out of the glass, it bends away from the normal. From this, we can deduce that when the light ray travels from a less optical dense material into a more optical dense material, it bends towards the normal, and when it travels from a more optical dense material into a less optical material, it bends away from the normal. Now we are moving to real and apparent depth. We can use a more general example that occurs in our daily lives. When we observe things underwater, we see them more closer to our eyes than they really are. We call this the apparent depth. Here in our drawing, we have a little ball on its real depth. The light ray travels from this ball into our eyes, but as it travels, it reaches a point where it has to bend away from the normal as a result of moving from a more optical dense material to a less optical dense material. This causes the image to move a little bit upward, and we can see it on this depth, and we call this the apparent depth. Now we are moving to total internal reflection. The total internal reflection occurs under the following conditions. The light ray has to be moving from a more optical dense medium into a less optical dense medium. Secondly, the incident ray has to be greater than the critical angle. Now you can ask, what is the critical angle? The critical angle is the angle of incidence for which the refracted ray travels along the interface. If this ray is traveling at an angle which is greater than the critical angle, it is reflected back to the same medium, and this is called total internal reflection.
An optical fiber is an example of total internal reflection. An optical fiber can be used as a medical endoscope during surgeries. It is also used for telecommunications to carry digital signals in the form of light pulses.
Now this is all we had to say about light. From me and Gudani, we have to say goodbye and enjoy physical sciences.